Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. We're continuing with the laws of Passover, and today's class should be in the merit of a speedy recovery of Refuah Shlema for Gavriel ben Devora. We're on Tuf Ayin Beis, Halacha Gimel. That is 472, Halacha number 3 in the Mishnah Berurah. So we learned yesterday that there is a mitzvah to have nice silverware put out for the Seder. We're celebrating that we're free, that we were taken out of Egypt, and everything should be prepared from earlier in the day. We also learned that there's a mitzvah to lean, that when we eat certain foods during the Seder, like the matzah and the 4 cups of wine, we lean on our left side to show that we are free, because that's what people used to do when they eat. Free people used to lean when they were eating their meals. So now we're going to learn some of the details about leaning. So Kishehu Meisev lo yata al gabo v'lo al panav. When a person leans, he shouldn't lean on his back and he shouldn't lean on his face. V'lo al yamino, and he shouldn't lean on his right. Ela al smolo, only his left. Right? So a person has to lean on his left side, and shortly we'll soon see why that is. Why is it only the left? Ve'ein chelik ben iter la'achar, and it doesn't make a difference if a person is a lefty or a righty. But some halachas we have that a person, if he's a lefty, he does it differently than everybody else. So for example, tefillin, a lefty puts on tefillin on the other hand. But for this halacha of leaning, even a lefty leans on his left side. Okay, let's see the Mishnah Berurah. Lo yata dezelo mikre derech cherus. Right, sitting on your back is not considered. That's not showing that you're a free person. That's not how free people eat. Right, just picture the old, pictures of the movies with the Romans where they're like leaning on their left side, eating the grapes. That's how free people eat. V'lo al yamino, not on your right side. Why? The lo shma seba. Leaning on the right is not called leaning. Kevin shetzarach la'echel b'yamino, since you need to eat with your right hand. Since you need to eat with your right hand, if you were leaning on your right, you wouldn't be able to do that. Now that's one of the reasons. We're going to learn there's another reason. V'od tamacher yesh. There's another reason. The shem yaktim kana leveshit. The veshit hu b'tzad yamin. The esophagus is on the right side. So if we were to lean on the right side, we are worried that the trachea would come before the esophagus. When he tilts his head to the right, if he leans on his right, we're worried that the epiglottis. Okay, got it. Didn't go to medical school. That what usually covers the trachea would uncover, and God forbid the food would go down the windpipe if someone would lean on the left. So therefore if someone would lean on the right. Therefore we always lean on the left. And we said ve'ein chelik, there's no difference if it's a lefty or a righty. Even a lefty needs to lie on his left side. Even though a lefty always eats with his left hand. So he said, if you remember, there's 2 reasons why a person has to lean on his left. The first reason is because you need to use your right hand to eat. So if you're a righty, that makes a lot of sense that you should lean on your left. This way you could use your right hand. But if you're a lefty, I would think you should lean on your right. So you could use your left hand. So that's only according to the first reason that technically a lefty could lean on his right. But according to the second reason, that we're worried that the windpipe is going to be open and God forbid a person would choke, that applies to a lefty and a righty. And since the second reason involves danger, in halacha we take serious precautions when it comes to preventing danger. So that's the main reason of why we have to lean on our left, because maybe the windpipe would be open up, and therefore even a lefty should lean on his left. The concept is chamira sakanta mi isura, that we treat danger more seriously than prohibitions, right? Because in Jewish law, if a person's life is in danger, all of the Torah gets pushed aside, except for 3 main sins: idolatry, murder, and sexual immorality. But besides that, if a person's life is in danger, the Torah gets pushed aside because human life is so important. So obviously for this, a lefty should also lean on his left side. However, what if a lefty made a mistake and leaned on his right? Did he fulfill the mitzvah? So does he have to go back? We're going to learn that if a person didn't lean when he ate certain foods. He has to go back and eat it again, right? Imagine eating all that matzah to fulfill the mitzvah, and you didn't lean, you have to go back and do it again. So let's say a lefty leaned on his right side and ate the matzah or whatever other food he was eating at the time. Does he have to go back and eat it again, like the wine? So the Mishnah Berurah says no, he doesn't have to go back. Even though initially the halacha is he should lean on his left, if he happened to eat it while leaning on his right, then he fulfilled his obligation. He doesn't have to do it again. Now, just to summarize here, the Be'er Halacha brings an interesting question. Now, a lefty can lean on his right because he can use his left hand to eat. What if he can lean on his left hand because he can use he can lean on his left side because he can use his right hand to eat. What if there is a person, his left hand, there's something wrong with, and he can't use it? Right? He can't use his right hand, so he can't eat. How's he going to eat? He can't lean on his right because that's dangerous, and he can't lean on his left because he can't use his hand to get the food. Let's say he's got maybe he's missing a hand, something like that. So the Be'er Halacha isn't sure what to do. At the end of the day, he says perhaps one isn't required to lean who has that issue, but in the end he said he's not clear. But if anyone has this question, you can give me a call. We can try to research it or call your local Orthodox rabbi. All right. It's been a pleasure learning with everyone, and hope you have a beautiful day.